So we're here at the International Airport Summit in London, and I'm joined here by Tomasz Szymczak, who is acting CEO of Warsaw Modlin Airport. So Tomasz, thank you so much for joining me today.
Pleasure.
First question for you is with regards to the Russia-Ukraine war and the conflict there. How is it affecting your operations?
It's pretty much because we are the neighboring country of Ukraine. It's a lot of Ukrainians, more than 1 million living in Poland. So the Ukrainian connections were very important for us, especially they are the low cost, primarily low cost. So these people used to travel by families as well, with families. But unfortunately now it's completely stopped. But we hope that this unjust war will come to an end pretty quickly. And then, of course, when the traffic will be re-established, it will be really a huge development. I think Poland will be the biggest market for Ukrainian travel, origin and destination travel. So it will add up like 15-20% of our traffic immediately.
Yes, and I'm sure you had kind of like a duty of care towards people that were fleeing, like coming through your airport to try and get away.
Yes, that was even, by the European Union, by Great Britain, even let's say old traditional passports were recognized, not the electronic ones. So this was kind of, all these people, specifically at the beginning of the war, were very well received, not only in our country, not only in the whole European Union, but also in US, Canada, Great Britain as well. I heard that for example, Ireland accepted more than 30,000, refugees. So for the smaller country, it's a huge number. Immediately accepted when the assistance was needed at the beginning.
And so what are your other challenges then for 2024?
Absolutely, the development of the airport. We are planning to build at least 3 C-class stands with walking distance from the planes, because we are a low-cost airport. So it's not using buses as much as possible is our solution. So we would like to add up at least 3 C-class stands, and then of course to modernize and to develop our terminal, because we have a pretty strange concept of so-called movable gates. So one time they are Schengen and then non-Schengen. We would like to add up to 5-6 non-Schengen gates, so keep our current gates as a Schengen, and then to have a separated non-Schengen additional part of the terminal. So these are our plans for 24 and realistically speaking, for beginning of 25 as well, just to have a bigger number of passengers and accommodate them in a, let's say, proper, low cost, but proper manner.
Yes, what are your projections for next year for 2024 in terms of passenger numbers?
They will grow, for sure they will grow, because it's a lot of, we get also a lot of business people who switched from traditional legacy carriers into low-cost model, but of course we are adding up the charter connections as well. Plus we are in discussions, in negotiations with some other low-cost carriers and some charter providers as well. So I would say that the outlook for our airport for the next year, 24 and also 25 and other, are pretty optimistic.
Now, as acting CEO, what is on your to-do list then for 2024?
There are some developments apart from what we were talking about, like terminal development and airside development. Also to build a new refueling station at our place, to adapt the hotel to 3 or 3.5-star hotel, which is a normal solution for the low-cost airport. And we have our access road, the express road from Warsaw to our airport just modernized. We will have a junction, express road junction, less than a kilometer from our terminal, which is very convenient. And then our authorities, the self-government of the region of Mazovia region, where Warsaw is situated, also is responsible for constructing the railway connection, which will allow us not only to be connected by the express road to the capital city of Poland, Warsaw, by road, but also by very convenient railway connection to central Warsaw.
That's fantastic. How long will the train journey take?
It's around 25 minutes only, so it's a traditional train, not an express train, but it's around 30 kilometers in less than half an hour. So it's kind of, European standard, let's call it like this.
And when is that due to open?
At the end, most probably at the end of 2025 or at the beginning of 26. So it's feasible. It's within 2-3 years.
That sounds really exciting. And is multimodal transportation like part of your wider strategy? Are you going to be feeding in other modes of transport in the future?
Yes, and then what's worth mentioning also, because of this redevelopment of Express Road and the junction nearby, we are also developing our cargo capabilities. Thanks to European Union money, we were already constructed the cargo hall, which is up to the standards, right? And now also after the modernization of the Express Road, there will be a development of logistical services all around the airport. So it's automatically kind of, the interest of the airport comes also towards the cargo traffic, not only passenger traffic, but also cargo. So we are the next big step of the development of our airport would be kind of, both passenger, as it is now and used to be from the beginning of the airport, and then of course move into the whole sphere of cargo development.
It's great to hear that you're really developing that cargo income stream. Are there any other non-aeronautical revenue streams that you're really going to be focusing on in the future to try and diversify?
True. We developed our food court, which is brand new. In fact, more than 400 square meters. We just elongated or extended our duty free, which is also twice as big as it used to be. And then, of course, hotel and all the hospitality services, which are not traditional maybe for low-cost airport, but we would like to have them as well. So we always look for the best, airports in Europe regarding non-aeronautical revenue, like Amsterdam, for example. We try to trace this solutions, what we can implement, especially at our place. We have a lot of flights to outside of Europe, to non-Schengen area. Of course, future including also Ukraine, which is for the time being will be also non-Schengen. Unfortunately, we have to stop, or our airlines will have to stop flying to Israel for obvious reasons. We used to have Tel Aviv connections, but they are stopped. But we are also counting on out of Europe development. I hope, which was kind of a subject here during this conference as well, that sooner or later, rather sooner, European Commission will sign the open sky agreement with India, because that would also allow the low-cost development between India and Europe, because the range of the planes already allows it, both Airbus and Boeing. And when there will be a single sky agreement between India and Europe, that would be a kickstart for another number of huge number of passengers between both European Union countries and India.
Absolutely, even more routes, even more choice for passengers.
Absolutely, because there are flights now, but of course they are legacy carriers, right? But that's single sky agreement between these two subcontinents, let's say, will allow even bigger number of tourists or backpackers flying, especially on low-cost carriers.
Now, what are you most excited for about the year ahead?
To get more customers, meaning more airlines, more carriers to our airport, because it's pretty, it's attractive. It's maybe not the first choice, but it's pretty attractive regarding tourism. We are the border country of the European Union, so we are not an expensive country, which is also kind of a nice hint to come and visit. And I hope that becoming the multi-airline airport, and then at a later stage, really developing the cargo function. That's the goals for upcoming years.
Now, I mean, you've been through a number of crises recently with the pandemic, and then also with this recent geopolitical crisis. Are there any lessons learned that you're thinking about already that you're going to take forward into the new year and the years ahead?
No, we will really rely on negotiations and on the end of the war in Ukraine, and then of course after the war, I would imagine that the Ukraine agreement between European Union and Ukraine. So that's the piece is needed. The piece is needed. Then the cooperation will grow. That's a big nation, and then the innovative nation. Which we have a lot of IT officers, the technology specialists living in Poland from Ukraine, and this is really a plus side for our labor market, right? It's really kind of a prerequisite which looks pretty positive for the future, but unfortunately the peace is needed, right? The end of the war is an absolute necessity. But then counting on that, we can say that we have pretty an optimistic future.
Absolutely. Tomasz, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you. Amen.